extension of the interim administration of local governments, which is to end June 7, 2024, pending the readiness of Akbc to conduct elections. Having received a message as read by the clerk of the House, Mrs. Akbc, the Speaker said further extension of the tenure of the transition committees in the local government would be meaningful if their first 6 months was worthwhile. Speaker Udemotong emphasized that approval for the extension will only be granted when the House Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs states that majority of the transition committees have done well within the period. The United States of America set aside second Sunday in May every year to celebrate mothers and motherhood. Mother's Day holiday in honor of mothers originated in the United States and is celebrated in other countries in different dates. Yaramo Paul takes a look at the significant roles of mothers in society.
On May 10, 1908, American activist Akbc held what is considered to be the first Mother's Day celebration. Since then, countries of the world have adopted this practice by celebrating Mother's Day yearly. While some people mock the observance of Mother's Day at other times of the year, the United States of America set aside the second Sunday of May every year to celebrate motherhood. Mother's Day is always observed to celebrate the key roles women play at homes and taking care of not only their children but everyone around them. A woman is a wife, mother, aunt, a working class citizen, and sometimes self-employed. She cooks, washes dishes and clothes, prepares the children, husband and relatives, and so reports to work either in government office, company, or as an entrepreneur. A mother is the one who stays awake all night if the children are not sleeping. Yet if any of our children misbehaves, they will say in my language, "Adionduka," meaning you are as bad as your mother, or she will be blamed for everything bad. So, Mother's Day recognizes mothers, motherhood, and maternal bond in general, as well as the positive contributions to their families and society. In celebrating this day, it is not out of place to buy gifts to the person that represents a mother in your life, be it biological, foster, or a guardian. Imagine the world without women and mothers. Celebrate Mother's Day today, respect them, pray for them, and show them love at all times. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers and would-be mothers out there. Your reward of sacrifice will not be in heaven, but will start here on earth. When the homies on the way, sweet mother, sweet mother, I love you. Iyageno Po, Akbc News.
In African community, there are proverbs and maxims used to inculcate social and moral values in order to regulate relationships. Other than proverbs known as Nke, there are a number of beliefs among people arising sometimes from fear and helplessness. They are called superstitions. These beliefs have been existing since the creation of human being. A number of them are not related with any scientific basic reason, contemporaneity, and religious faith. Although they have nothing to do with wisdom and reason, unfortunately, they cannot be removed and eliminated from the mind, brain, and conscience of people, having been parts of their growing up. Augusta Essien reports.
In African community, there are proverbs and maxims used to inculcate social and moral values in order to regulate relationships. Other than proverbs known as Nke, there are a number of beliefs among people arising sometimes from fear, helplessness, and other times from coincidences. They are called superstitions. These beliefs have been in existence since creation of human being. A number of them are not related with any scientific basic reasons, contemporaneity, and religious faith. Although they have nothing to do with wisdom and reasons, unfortunately they cannot be removed and eliminated from the mind, brain, and consciousness of people, having been part of their growing up. Superstition has two main causes: cultural, traditional, and individual experience. Some superstition, like the saying, if you swallow a seed of fruit, especially star apple, the tree will grow on your head. If you go to bed without a bath, you will see ghosts, not showing a baby a mirror. Our parents were no liars, but such was the way of getting children to do their bid. These beliefs instilled fear in the then children to do right, even in the absence of elders. Here are others from our respondents.
That was what I used to hear, that maybe by the time you swallow udra seed, probably it will come off from your head. And like a tree, I heard when you lie, you will die. So that at least that habit of lying will not be in you.
So because of that,
what is the importance of superstition to a society? These beliefs have been shown to help promote a positive mental attitude, shape morals, shape people's perception and understanding of life. It is an intergenerational vehicle of values such as hospitality, chastity, truth, respect for old age, covenant keeping, hard work, and good character. However, they can lead to irrational decision making, such as trusting in the merit of good luck and destiny rather than sound decision making.
On step.
They just put that fear into you, just that fear in you. But I think when we come to grow of age, I think that lie is not in us again.
On the other hand, superstitions have caused some to dwell in fear of the unknown and further indulge in certain unexplained actions such as carrying charms, wearing certain clothes, visiting places associated with good fortunes, preferring specific colors and using particular numbers, not going out of the house on certain days, maybe because one has hit the left foot on a stone, seen a black cat, and also is in the first trimester of a pregnancy. Due to widespread perception of Western culture, increased access to information and technology, superstitious beliefs are phasing out in the urban communities. Nevertheless, some people still cling to them. But it is worthy of note that some fraudsters use them to manipulate and defraud people. One does not have to change travel arrangements or skip any appointments because of unnecessary anxiety. linked to a superstition, but rather work on having a positive mind for a smooth day, even when presumed that the work wonders like reality of old generation. An Indomie generation child would question the scientific basis of every traditional belief, such as saying that time waits for no man. They would say, my times are in God's hands. Opportunity knocks but once. They would say, I have a God of second chance. And when one door closes, another opens. Make hay while the sun shines. And they would say, even when the sun goes down, there is electric power to dry the hair.
In a month, they need a member of your mommy. I don't believe you. That will not work. I'll swallow it several times, but you eat a baggy market.
So, is it possible that superstition and ancestral belief will be extinct sooner than later? Augusta Isien, Akbc News.
Go for a break. When we return, could there be another Garden of Eden in Nigeria as the people of Kuma tribe in Adamawa State still practice dressing code of Adam and Eve? The answer to this question will be given to you when we return. Stay with us.
Everything you go through in life is preparing you for your next assignment. My father was a police officer, so I lived in the barracks. A barracks like a mini in Nigeria, you find everybody there. My dad's salary, of course, couldn't meet the family income, so I had to sell soft drinks for my mother so that we can make up the family income. I used to take soft drinks from our home and I'll go to the airport and sell. It was fun. I didn't know I was going to ever get into hotel business. So eventually, my coke hawking helped me later in life when I started running my hotel. Those little things you did became building blocks for my later days in life. And you know what? My house was built on the same street I used to go through to hawk. And so everybody that saw me hawk these soft drinks for my mother, when I bought a land there and built my house, all of those people were still alive. It's like, some of them had to bring their children. Look at me mentor these kids. Today, when I drive around the streets, sometimes you find people sell and you stop by. I just remember, it used to be like this. That hawking has helped me today to be able to serve the people. Accept the things you can't change and change the things you can, and ensure that you just have the fear of God in you. I think the only person that can stop you from achieving what God has set out for you is you.
Akwa Ibom is rising.
Good to have you back. There have been series of reports that Akwa Ibom State is ranked the second state that tops the consumption of beer nationwide. Shocking, right? This may be reason every outlet where beer is sold is always filled with people from Monday to Monday. What is in beer or alcohol? Is it turned to blood tonic that people are rushing? Are there negative effects? This rhetorical question took a poll to the world of beer drinkers and a dietitian in the following reports.
It is observed that various sit-out joints and restaurants in Metropolis and suburbs have a huge number of people converge every day, mostly in the evenings. In fact, one place where people unite, speak one language, and communicate freely, irrespective of gender, is the beer parlor. Unconfirmed reports for some time now have ranked Akwa Ibom as the second highest state, while Lagos is set to top the list. If these statistics are true, then what attracts people to beer that others who do not drink are missing?
There's this happiness that comes with it. I don't know one. About here because most here you want beer name it in one.
For the shagging, I'm asking already beer, and I'm always in one beer.
Well, beer do Manado, a man one. They are my charge, I will give him. I put a man into you and use and to you and give him.
Even though the I'm beer, then I'm with him. Go on, and maybe you know I feel a little relaxed. No, Bob, hear me. Beer name, it been a many been wrong. So, fancy beer, I don't know what a man wrong. Like when did I get to talk? I'm at the memory span. And I'm in my under pro, when created for a guy at Gabano, Asago. Of one dear kid, be a man for man war market. A young feel cool temperature, even for vocal already lax. A man I will at here, get him possible subdue. Intoxicates you and makes you not to think about some problem at a particular moment because I'm a woman for over a ticket. Enjoyment.
Some sit-outs that sell beer and other alcoholic drinks have developed the strategies of making huge sales, and some of these tricks include akam on weekends, where familiar tunes are rendered in translated beer language.
The Lord bless someone today. It's maybe you, it's maybe me. Let's say I don't be a civil servant and get it wrong. It could be him. Beru gonzo mingamade manganga josiga ngamuva from the under. Ngeni wada gonzo ini zogeva.
It won't be out of place to say that some people have idolized beer, placing it next to or even before God. What is responsible for excessive beer indulgence?
Addiction, more addicted to beer. Everyone can be on with you when beer. Beer down 550 is out of high.
You could your temper.
I'm so eat them a woman here, get them for. I know you them for. Okay, so take me down, get second.
Like that, me back. I see them.
And to some persons take beer, mostly alcohol, because they want to fight depression.
I don't know about cause malaria too much because of my nurse. Every Sunday, but I drink like 4 bottles in one place.
Times when I'm disturbed, I'll just take it for me to forget how I'm feeling. I can go for only 3. Only 3.
I will be the hot fire in the wrong way.
Because everybody is suffering. Nothing. I think because I'm even praying myself, why could I be in Nigeria?
It is said that there are potential health benefits to beer consumption, but it is important to know that drinking beer can also be bad, especially when not consumed in moderation, according to a dietitian, Dr. Itoro Paul.
Some of them who drink alcohol only drink because they've been told that alcohol is good for the heart. But they've not had time to sit down to look at the benefits of alcohol and the dangers of alcohol. Did they know that the dangers of alcohol outweighs the benefit? They didn't know. Moderate amount of alcohol raise levels of high density lipoprotein. Yes. Now the question is all alcohol good for the heart? so as to culminate to raising the high density lipoprotein? The answer is no. If you take more than the quantity required for health benefit, it will now slide into what we call health dangers of alcohol.
The risk of drinking beer outweighs any potential benefits. It is worthy of note that excessive beer drinking causes immediate health effects, violent activities including homicide, suicide, and sexual assault.
Danger of alcohol is high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, liver disease, cancer of the breast, cancer of the mouth, cancer of the throat. Alcohol can ultimately weaken your immune system, increasing the chances of getting sick on a regular basis, and it will also lower memory span.
With all these, do you still think that beer is the baba, the ultimate that cannot be done without? Remember that life has no duplicate, and make your choice wisely. Eyageno Paul, Akbc News.
It is interesting to note that in this age and time where the world is technology driven with different inventions and practices, there are people who still hold on to ancient ways of living. One of those people who do not let go ancient practices is the Koma tribe in Adamawa State in northern Nigeria, who still practice the killing of twins. One significant thing about this tribe is that they are still practicing the dressing code of Adam and Eve when they sinned, wearing leaves. Shocking, right? Yano Paul tells us more about the Koma tribe and its history.
In this beautiful mountain terrain lives a tribe untouched and tarnished by civilization and its hassles. While the world is moving on fast-paced into the fourth revolution with robots, high-end technology, evolving traditions, cultures, and environmental changes, this group of people remain unbothered by the world revolving around them. The Koma people of Adamawa State in northern Nigeria still live in ancient times. As civilized as the country seems, the Koma people still practice the killing of twin babies. In fact, these babies are buried alongside their mother without a rethink. Primitive it may seem, but the people still believe that twin births are evil and unacceptable. Koma means to go back, making it seem like the name has a stake in their way of life. For reasons too obvious to ignore, some have described the Koma people as ancient and as primitive. Whichever the case, the Koma people have refused to tag along with civilization. Located in the Atlantika Mountains of Adamawa State in northern Nigeria, the Koma people also shares a border with southern Cameroon. The Koma people became recognized as Nigerians in 1961, a year after Nigeria got its independence. Today, Koma is part of the 7 districts of Ghanaian local government in Adamawa State. The Koma Hill was discovered in 1986 by a core member. Uniquely committed to their culture, they still dress like their forefathers. The men wear lion cloths, while the women wear fresh leaves tied around their waist, and they still live in the caves.
Yeah. Huh?
Some of their men adorn contemporary clothes, but the women stick to nudity and live wear. They firmly believe that if women wear modern clothes, they will incur the wrath of the gods with a visitation of either death or barrenness. They stick to these rules to the extent that when government authorities made it mandatory in some markets for people to put on clothes, The women would put clothes wrappers over the leaves only in the market and remove them on their way back to the hills. Shocking, isn't it? The Koma people, according to researchers, have respect for the chiefs, elders, and government agents, but would never trade their beliefs, culture, and tradition for anything, not even money. In Koma Hill is in the maternal lineage, including child inheritance. Also worthy of note is that a Koma man, to an extent, yours truly, does not know, shares his wife with friends, especially visitors, because according to them, it is a sign or mark of acceptance and friendship. Most of the occupation is rearing animals, as you could see them coexist with animals, sharing food and drinking water sources. Anthropologists and human rights activists believe that responsible tourism can help preserve the Koma culture, ease their daily lives, and help to eliminate the brutal ones, like the bearing of twins with our mother. What do our people think about this kind of culture?
It's not really fair. A mother will carry a child for 9 months, and not just the child, children for 9 months in her womb. At the end of it, she push it out and someone will come and kill it. How will you feel? If that's how they kill people all over the world, will we, like people like us, exist? No. I condemn it totally, like, it's not fair.
Since we came and realized that wearing clothes is good for a woman to wear it, so okay, women should not wear the leaves, they should wear the clothes.
For me, it's bad. It's not good because we were not meant to wear leaves. Normally, we were meant to wear clothes.
I wouldn't say it's out of place because it's more of a cultural thing. Same way, it's very hard for them to adapt to wearing to be fully clothed. The same way we also, in fact, there will be protests now. Nobody will want to wear leaves.
You don't even know who and be exposed. You don't know. And I for sure because of a man I'm through. I am old war. That's how when they say that I commit fornication.
Koma Hills have become a center of attraction for soul winners as evangelical churches within and outside Nigeria are engaged in introducing them to serving God. These missionaries are behind the little development in the area. They build faith-based schools, sink boreholes, clothing for the people, and other humanitarian belief. Well, maybe in no time, the Koma people will embrace the global revolution and transformation, but for now, it is worthy of note that the Garden of Eden still exists in Nigeria. The Koma tribe. Eyagenopo. Akbc News.
Size of our package this afternoon, but before we go, a quick look at the major stories. Yesterday was Mother's Day. The United States of America set aside second Sunday in May every year to celebrate mothers and motherhood. Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has rejected the governor's request for extension of the interim administration in the 31 local governments of the state pending the report of its committee after oversight. We also brought you a report that it is interesting to note that in this age and time where the world is technology driven with different inventions and practices, there are people who still hold onto ancient ways of living. One of those people who do not let go ancient practices is the Koma tribe in Adamawa State in northern Nigeria, who still practice the killing of twins. That's all we have for you this afternoon. We really appreciate your company. Happy New Week.